Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Before I begin, I would like to quiz the brothers, make sure they're awake. Who knows what is in the Quran, what is the most frequent or repeated reward in Jannah? Take some guesses, it's okay. Now? Yeah, that's a frequent one too. That's second. That's second. There's one more close to it. It's mentioned around. Who? Yeah, that's what the brother said too. That is definitely one that is repeated. Who wants to have another guess? The most, or one of the most repeated reward in Jannah. Hur al-Ain? Huh? It is a description of the people of Jannah, which is a form of a reward. So maybe it's a trick question, right? So it is لا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. Very good. What is khawf and what is huzun? Put your hand up. Good. Fear and worry. Yeah, fear and worry. So khawf is fear and huzun is worry and grief. Different words in the English language. So fear is fear in the future, pretty much. Fear in what's coming up tomorrow. What am I going to eat tomorrow? What money am I going to make tomorrow? Next year, the year after, the house, the bills, the life, the worldly stress of hayat al-dunya. It's the fear of what's happening tomorrow, what's going to come tomorrow. That's khawf. And huzun is worry of what you have done in the past. This is a reward Allah is saying in the Quran that when you enter Jannah, لا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. The khawf and the huzun is eliminated. It's disappeared. It's gone. So you're in a constant state of contentment. You are content. Happiness. Right? It's a constant state. We can't even fathom that in this dunya. Has anyone been happy all the time? Absolutely not. What's everyone chasing today? Happiness. Very good. People chase it in different areas, different places. Some might chase it with the opposite sex or clubbing and partying. Some might chase it with the drugs and the alcohol. Some might chase the happiness with money, accumulating. You can ask the richest person on the face of this earth and the one who took all the drugs and the one who partied the most, are you happy? You know the answer. They are not happy. So what is happiness? How do we get there, right? That's a lecture maybe for another day. But I wanted to mention something that we see very, very commonly nowadays with this fast life that we're living, fast track life. Internet is fast, food is fast, deliveries are everything is fast, okay? Even fast, we're fasting, right? I just made that up. I don't know if it's funny or not. We're fasting, right? That's good. That's a good fast. But everybody's seeking this fast life, right? To seek happiness. Because we, the nafs, our desire doesn't like hardship. It doesn't like gradual gratification. It likes instant gratification. So it'll look for shortcuts. It'll look for all these things to reach this happiness, right? The first point I want to make is that no one will ever be happy all the time. Happiness is an emotion. You might be happy for 5 minutes, and then it'll go away. And you might be happy a little bit again, and then it'll go away. No one's going to be happy all the time. So the media, I think, and like movies, music, and all this other stuff, has brainwashed us that we must seek happiness, and we must be happy all the time. And this is nonsense. It's actually As a human, as humans, we can't attain that. Sorry? Correct. Yeah, or pretending that you're happy. That's a good point. So, what is happiness? Right? That's a big question. And in the mental health space, the majority or the number one complaint that people would complain about to the therapist or the counselor is, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with my wife. I'm not happy with my life. I'm not happy with my job. I'm not happy with my nothing. I'm not finding a purpose. And this is, I'm going to just fast forward the whole lecture to this. We need to have a higher purpose. We need to have meaning. If you're living a life and you don't have purpose, you're like an animal. Allah says that. Who knows the verse? إِنْهُمْ كَالْأَنْعَامِ بَلْ هُمْ أَضَلُّ. Sah, Sheikh? Those who have no purpose, they don't know what they're doing, they're grazing in the earth. You know, like an elephant that wags its tail and it's just eating grass, has sex with its mate, and rolls over and falls asleep. What's its life? كَالْأَنْعَامِ, like the animal, like a beast. Right? We need to tame that which is within us and not live without a purpose. So what is our purpose? Would Allah create us on this earth and leave the human beings to figure out their purpose in life? That would be unjust of Allah. Allah would be then an unjust God. If He created us and didn't tell us why we are here, where we came from, what are you doing here, and where you are going. 3 simple questions. But wallahi, it's the most simplest of questions that every human being should know, but the majority do not know. Because if they did, the majority will be Muslims. Where you came from, what you're doing here, and where you are going after you die. This, Allah Azza wa Jal tells us the purpose of life. Who knows the verse, or who knows what the purpose of life is? Very good. Allah Azza wa Jal says, the famous verse, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسِ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. That He did not create the humans or the jinn for any other reason except, this is the purpose now, إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ, to establish that ubudiyyah, the slave hood, and Allah as the Lord, with His lordship. Allah the Lord, you the slave. That is your purpose. When your heart, your belief, and your actions are congruent, they're in harmony, in sync, you get this contentment. Not happiness, contentment. You feel that if I die now, it's okay. It's scary, but it's okay. There's that minimizing of the fear, right? If you believe, I'll give you an example of this whole congruency thing. If you believe that salah is obligatory, right? But you don't pray. You know, don't lie to yourself or to me. You know that there's a prayer and you haven't prayed it. You feel bad. You feel guilty. You feel depressed. You feel anxious. You feel unsettled. Until your actions are in harmony with your belief, you feel calmness. And what the Prophet ﷺ said to Bilal every time the prayer would happen, "Arihna biha, O Bilal." O Bilal. The Prophet ﷺ would say to Bilal at the time of prayer, because he was the muaddin, go and make adhan so we can find riyaha, like calm, right? Because when you're in ibadah, you are fulfilling your purpose of life. So why are a lot of people happy in Ramadan, generally speaking? Well, divorce rates are lower in Ramadan, by the way. All right, it's us. Divorce rates are lower in Ramadan. Domestic violence is lower in Ramadan. Drugs is lower in Ramadan, and even crimes. I might actually try to do some research, by the way. I haven't finished. Whoever wants to help me, help me. I'm trying to find out, has the crimes decreased in Sydney, in Bankstown, and in Miller, and all the other areas, Punchbowl and Greenacre. Has the crime rate reduced? And I believe it has. It has in Ramadan. In Ramadan. After Ramadan, yeah, the shayateen are released and the humans are released, and Allahumma musta'an, right? So why are we happy in Ramadan? Because we're fulfilling our purpose of life all the time. From the moment you wake up, suhoor, that's ibadah. A date, that's ibadah. Wudu, that's ibadah. You just fasting and doing nothing, that's ibadah. So every breath you're taking, ibadah, 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 ibadah. That's why everyone's calm. Everyone's fulfilling their purpose of life. Sah? So, to finalize what I wanted to say here is, we won't reach full happiness and full, no anxiety and no fear of the past and no, fear of the future and worry of the past. To minimize that, don't do, live congruent. That way your khawf, your worry of the past will minimize. The worry is, I sinned. I did this person wrong. This guy's after me. This guy, I robbed him. So, right? You live a halal life, all that will be reduced. Not gone, but reduced. And the fear of the future, live congruently, and that would reduce, inshallah. And remember that you can't truly attain that happiness except in Jannah. But we get a taste of it here a little bit when you live according to your purpose of life. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين.